Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be doing a SNAIL flipbook process, and I usually just sort of make them, speed up the video, throw music on it, but because this flipbook is a bit of a different flipbook, I thought I might do a little bit of speaking just in case you wondered how it's made, maybe to make one for yourself. So this one here is one I have already made, and I'll be making a different one in this video, but I thought I would have this one pre-made to show you what it is that I'm making. So it's basically a traveler's notebook style flipbook. So if I open it up like this, you can see it is sort of the traveler's notebook style, where you have elastic to keep all your notebooks in and stuff like that. I just thought it'd be a fun idea to do as a flipbook. Obviously it's not something that's going to last a million years. You can't actually use it as a traveler's notebook unless you were very, very careful with it. But yes, as I said, I just thought it would be a fun idea for a flipbook. So I've put 4 elastics in, so there's 4 little books like this. This one isn't actually completely finished. I haven't completely finished decorating, and I haven't put all the goodies and stuff in it just yet. This little second book is actually 2 envelopes to fill with goodies for the recipient. Then there's another little one like this, and in this one I will be putting the letter and stuff. Oh, these are all falling out. Ooh. Yeah, I'll be putting the letter and stuff into this one, and then the last little book is actually a traveler's notebook that I have made that the person can use themselves. So yeah, that is the kind of thing I am making, but as I said, as it's a little bit of a more complicated flipbook to make, I would tell you how to do it just in case you wanted to know. So yeah, let's get started on making the second one. So I've already pre-cut my papers and stuff for the second one, just ahead of doing this video. I'm using papers from the first edition Pick and Mix paper pad, which I got in a haul video recently, if you haven't seen that. So this one has got this lovely sort of rose pattern on, and very floral, pink and girly, because the recipient, who is Gemma Rose, some of you might know her from YouTube as well, this is very her, lots of pink, girly, florally things, and there's lots of roses, and that's the name, her name. So there you go. That's why I've done this one for her, and this next one will be for my friend Zoe, and I do hope she appreciates that this is my new absolute favourite paper pad. So be grateful, Zoe, that you're getting some of my favourite papers as well. So I have cut 4 pieces at 9 inches by 8 inches, and these are to make the books. And I have cut 2 pieces at 11 by 8.5 inches to make the cover, and obviously I've got 2 pieces to put them together to make it stronger. These are slightly textured papers, as is this one. You can probably hear that it's textured, but possibly not see it. But yes, these are both textured and foiled, so they're nice and sturdy to make the cover. So yes, I will show you how to do that. So first things first, I'm just going to stick these 2 pieces together using double-sided tape, because it is nice and strong, and I want these 2 to stick together, basically. I don't want them coming apart at all. So yes, let's do that first. Now that these are stuck together, you may have seen I was very careful sticking them down, because once you've stuck down double-sided tape, there is no unsticking. So be super, super careful. Like, line it up first, don't just whap it on there, because unlike something like a Pritt stick, which you can move around a little bit after sticking down double-sided tape, nope, once it's down, it's right down there. So yes, first I am going to round these corners, because I like a nice rounded corner, and it also kind of softens the book up a little bit and just gives it a nicer finish. And there we go. Now I've decided to use this pattern on the outside and this one on the inside, for the simple fact that with this pattern I'm going to be way more limited in what I can use on the inside, like with the ephemera and decoration and stuff. Whereas with this, because it's just pink, I mean it's textured, but it's just pink, it doesn't limit me as much with what I can use for decoration. So that's why I'm making that decision there. Originally I wanted pink on the outside, but thinking about it, I think this should be the outside. So yes, let us now do sort of the traveler's notebook actual sort of mechanism and setup and all that kind of thing. Right, so to do this, just need 3 things. One is some kind of pokey tool. I don't actually have a proper pokey tool. This is a crochet needle that I use. I really must get a pokey tool at some point. I have, except I can't pick it up, a very large needle. I don't know if this is quite big enough to be a darning needle, but a large needle and some elastic here. Now this is very, very thin elastic, which I just found in the sewing box. Ideally you would probably want to use a slightly thicker one. This is a little bit thin and delicate, but it's fine for this purpose because it's not a proper traveler's notebook to be used daily by someone. It's just a flip book. So yes, just some simple black elastic. So the first thing I'm going to do is some very simple measurements. So this is 11 inches wide, as I've already said, so I need to make a mark at 5.5 inches, and then I'll also figure out the other middle of this, which is 8.5, 4 and a quarter, so there, and I match that up with there, and that's where I need to make a hole. And that then up the top point here, again, where the midline is, I'm going to make one at 5 and one at 6, and that's where I'm going to put the other elastics as well. I'm going to do that at the bottom as well. So yeah, I'm just going to make all 5 of those holes now. I am poking from the outside in, because when you poke in, obviously a little bit of the card is going to kind of puff up into it, but because all the notebooks and everything are going to be there, it won't be seen as much, so it's better to go outside in. So yeah, I'm just going to make these little holes. And now I'm just going to erase off any little pencil marks that can still be seen. Right, so for threading it, I did not measure it at all. I suppose you could. I just kind of eyeballed it. So I sort of went 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a little bit extra. Basically, you can measure it if you want to. If you are a person who likes measurements, then that is fine. But I can't give you the measurements because I haven't done them myself. And yeah, as you can see, I am just threading my very, very large needle, like so. Right, so people who make traveler's notebooks for a living or whatever, or just for fun, probably know how to do this properly. And I'm probably doing it very, very wrong. But all I kind of did was look at the ones that I own, the real ones that I own, and just figure it out. So this may be very, very wrong, but it has worked for me. So yes, so you're going to want to start from the inside because that's where you're going to tie your 2 end pieces. So you're going to need you'll tie them in the middle like that. So leave some for tying, and then yes, start from there. I will put just something heavy down there to start off with. And then I don't think it really matters whether you start going up or down, but I feel like I'm going to go down. So just go through there at the bottom. See, my things ran away there, but I'm just going to hold it there so I know I have enough left over, and then from the outside back through into the inside again, then up to the top, across again, then down and through. So basically you want, you know, the bits that go across on the outside and the long bits on the inside. It's really that simple. So you just kind of do the exact same thing all over again. That one's gone a bit slack, so I'm just going to pull it a bit tighter. There we go. But you can do all that right at the end, should you need to. And then, yeah, basically same thing again, up, round the outside, and back in again. And then I'm going to take this out of the needle because these are the 2 bits that I'm going to tie together. But again, I need to tighten up this string because it's got a bit loose. But I can see from the outside it's only on that side. So just pull out the strings, make sure they are nice and tight, and then tie them together. So not too tight that it stretches the elastic too much, but tight enough that it's as taut as the other strings. You can probably see I had a little trouble doing that there. I had a little too much excess string to deal with, and I'm just doing another knot just to make sure it is nice and secure, and I think I might actually do a third as well. Right, so there we go, that's that strung, and I'm just gonna snip those excess bits off. Right, just off screen, so to speak, I've just done folded the thing in half. So yeah, that's that. I don't need to explain that. I fold something in half. I'm sure you're all quite capable of doing that. But yes, now I'm going to do the elastic that goes around the outside. Now I had a right nightmare with this, with the other one that I made. So that's probably going to happen again. Yeah, not gonna lie, but I'll do it on camera anyway, because if I ignore that bit, then you're going to moan at me. So what I did last time, and it eventually worked, was get another piece of elastic, which is about the width and a half, maybe a little bit more, of the whole of the book itself. Then fold the piece of elastic in half, and then at the looped end, thread it. And now that that is threaded, just simply push it through. Whoops, maybe not that simple after all. Obviously you might just be able to just push it through anyway. I just find it simpler and easier to do it with the needle itself, rather than just trying to force the two bits through the little hole. So yes, then I sort of hold on to this bit of elastic, shut the thing, and then work out how much I need to shut it, which is about that much. So yes, I might give it a little bit more, and then open this up, and then I want to make a load of knots basically, and just to keep it working. So I am pulling it through a little bit, but I just know by eyeballing how much room I've got to make knots, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It probably doesn't, but it makes sense to me. And that's what's important, except it's not, because I'm trying to show you how to do this and failing miserably. But yes, so I'm going to make, yeah, a bunch of knots so it won't come through the loop at all. And if you do what I always do and try and make one big knot and they just end up separate, then just sort of keep going until eventually you have one really, really big knot. Right, I am now happy-ish with the size of my big knot. If I knew anything about knots, I could probably make a posh knot that would work better, but I don't know anything about knots. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, shut, and I'm just going to check that that works. And yes, there we go. Now, obviously there's a lot of give here, but the elastic's not strong enough to keep it closed. If you had really good thick elastic that like they use on real travelers notebooks, then it probably would, but this is really thin elastic that's not going to work anyway. And once there is a load of books put in here, then it's going to need quite a lot of space anyway. So yes, I'm quite happy with the way it is, and I'm just going to cut off the excess as well. So there's the basic mechanism, or whatever you want to call it, done. So there's the elastic on the outside to go around it like that, and your 4 strings to put your notebooks in. Now, notebooks. As I said, or as I think I said, these pieces of cardstock are 9 inches by 8 inches. This one with the foil on is the one I'm going to make the actual notebook, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And these ones are the double-sided, which I'm just going to use for the sort of the decorative ones. And I will be making the envelope one as well, so I will show you how to do that as well. I will be making the envelopes with my We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board. If you don't have a punch board, I'm sorry, I can't help you. There are plenty of guides and stuff on the internet on like where to score to make envelopes and stuff. So yeah, go have a look. I'm sorry, I should be like more helpful and tell you how to do stuff without having to buy tools, but I didn't make envelopes before I bought this because it was just too much like hard work. So yeah, I'm really sorry, but meh, you don't have to make an envelope book. There you go. But if you do have a We Are Memory Keepers 1, 2, 3 punch board or just the envelope board, then the envelope I am making, or envelopes plural, is the 3.5 by 7 one, which the paper size is 8 3/4 and the punch guide is 3 1/8. Now, I'm not going to do this on camera because either you've got one and you probably know how to use it, or you don't have one, in which case you don't need to know. So yeah, that sounds awful, but I'm not doing it on camera anyway. But right then, I have my 2 envelopes which I have just made. One thing I didn't mention to say is it is always best to use double-sided cardstock or paper for these, because obviously when you, on the outside, you know, you're just going to see that, but when you open it up, it's nice to see the flash of colour on the inside as well. One extra thing I'm just going to do with these is chop off the point, just because I like to, and the point actually drops down a tiny bit over the bottom of the envelope. You can see it slightly better on this one. See where that's dropping down there? So I'm just going to get rid of that and instead have a sort of flat, although that's very wonky. There we go. Have a flat thing there, which I can put washi tape on so everything sort of stays inside nice and sturdy. So I have chosen one of my sort of 3 bits of card I've got ready to make the little notebooks. And what I've actually done is chosen one of my least favourite patterns, because it's not going to really be seen. So yeah, that's why I've chosen that one. My least favourite is actually this one. However, it would, because I already have a pink notebook, it's gonna, you know, merge too much the colours. So the clashing colours are a little better. Now I am making this slightly differently than I did in the other notebook, and I will show you why. So in this notebook, what I did was actually use a bit of strong cardstock and just use one about 4 inches across and just stick those on there, so you can actually see it's actually the envelopes sticking out there, but it is coming off a little bit. I mean, it's fine, it's still perfectly good to send, but it's not as strong as I would like, which is why I'm doing it slightly differently for this one. So basically what I'm doing is sticking these on just like that, pretty much. So they'll be directly onto there, and sticking them so you open them that way rather than that way, because that would be a bit fiddly. And yeah, so to do that, quite simple. You could measure it if you wanted to, but I have already expressed that I am not of the measuring type. No, I think it's laziness, quite frankly. There's no other reason really for it. I'm a lazy crafter. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to punch the corners as I always do. Usually I only punch after decorating, but I need to get a better idea of size and stuff, so that's why I'm punching them now. So I'm just sort of eyeballing these to see where is best for them to go. I can just about see the fold there. All I really need to make sure is that they don't go over the fold at all whatsoever. So yeah, I'm going to lay double-sided tape on the back of these and just whap them on. It's that simple. So there they go, there they are, stuck on like that. And the last thing I'm going to do is use some Velcro dots to keep it closed, because of the heavy envelopes and the heavy stuff that's going to go inside, like ephemera and stickers and stuff. It's going to constantly spring open. So that's the one thing I'm going to do, is stick them together with some Velcro dots. So all you do with that is get your Velcro dot, lie it down. You could measure it to be perfect, but as I have said once or twice, I'm a lazy crafter and I like to eyeball things. So then you stick down the other side straight onto the Velcro and then shut it like that. Make sure the adhesive, oh, I said adhesive. Wow, I've been watching too many American craft videos recently. Anyway, make sure the glue sticks, and then you can just bloop, open like that. So yes, all that's left to do with this one now is decorate it and fill it. So the one last thing to like talk you through to make right before I start decorating, which I'll just speed up, do the music thing, is how to make the little notebook itself. So I've got my 9x8 piece of foiled card, and I've got a load of A4 dot grid double-sided paper, which the first thing I need to do with this is cut it to size. So as I said, this is 9x8, and I'm going to cut this to just under that. So probably about, let me think, probably 8 or 8.5 by 7.5, just so it's slightly smaller than the notebook itself. So I'm going to go do that and come back to you in a second. I have cut these all down to 8.5 by 7.5 inches, and now I just need to fold them. Now I'm not going to fold them all together like this, because if I do that then you get this kind of thing. I hope you can see what I'm talking about there. So the inner ones will stick out more and the ones on the outside will stick out less, obviously. So I'm actually going to fold them a couple at a time instead, because it prevents this sort of thing from happening. I've folded those, I'm going to fold the outside itself. Now obviously when people make like proper notebooks for their Etsy shops or whatever, they tend to use much better quality card, but this is just for a flip book and I wanted it to match with the other bits. So yes, I could possibly double-side this, but I thought it might be fun if the person could use the inside to write in, or maybe I'll decorate it, I don't know, we will see. But yeah, so I've just folded that in half. I am actually going to score this, or score it, use just the edge of my scissors here to make sure it is a nice fold, and you know, nice and strong, rather than what I didn't do on the outside, because I want to get a soft fold, so to speak. Now, again, I'm going to be using an item which not everyone is going to have a tool that is to do this, which is a long arm stapler. Which, what have I done with it? What have I done with it? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, this beast. So yes, I fully understand that not everyone has a long arm stapler, and that's understandable. It's a weird item to have. But if you do not have one of these, you can make these by threading them. So you would make sort of 3 to 5 holes with a pokey tool and then just thread them with some decently thick thread. There's plenty of tutorials out there on how to make those, and yeah, I mean, for threading it mostly you can just use your common sense, quite frankly, but yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm using the stuff that I have readily available to me rather than threading it. Before I do the scary task of actually stapling the thing itself, I am just going to make sure everything is lined up exactly how I want it. The paper is centered exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to use some binder clips to just keep that in place at the top and at the bottom, because when I turn it around, things, you know, it's going to move out of the place and it's going to be a pain. So yeah, that is what I'm doing there. And then stapling, really, not that exciting, just staple. I'm going to do 3, I think, top, middle, bottom. So yes, just you put it in and you staple it, there's not much to it. There we are, one very simple little notebook made. It is a bit stiff still, so obviously you see it sort of immediately opens on the middle page, but with a bit of training and a bit of use, maybe, hopefully, from the person who's receiving this, then it won't automatically open like that. But there we go. I just thought it's quite a cute little nice thing to do in the little flip book. Then finally, with these last two bits, I'm going to fold them before I start decorating them. I'm just deciding what patterns to have on the inside and outside. I think I'm going to have this one on the outside because, as I've said before, it is not my favourite and it's easier. You know, I'm going to cover it up a bit more on the outside. And this one I am going to just use the edge of my... I could use my bone scorer, but it's in a drawer and I'm lazy. As I have said once or twice. And this one, I think I'm going to have this pattern on the outside. And again, folding, just, you know, you guys know how to fold. You do not need me to tell you how to do this. At least I really hope you know how to fold. If you don't, what are you doing watching this video? So yeah, the reason I'm folding them before decorating is just so I know where not to put things across, things that can't bend. It's as simple as that, you know, just like I can't put a thick piece of cardstock or ephemera, like really thick, or like a foam sticker or something, or an alpha sticker right across the fold, because once it folds, it's going to go poof and come off. Or be so strong that it's not going to, you know, fold at all. So I'm just going to decide on the order I'm having these in. I think I'm going to go black, envelopes, pink, and then the notebook at the back, so it looks like that, and then the greens and the pinks and things are all separated. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So yeah, now I'm just going to decorate these. You don't really need me to talk through that at all. It's just unnecessary, I'm afraid. So then come back to you right at the very end. Right, so if the last sort of 15 seconds or so seemed a bit disjointed editing wise, that's because I originally said I was going to decorate on camera and speed it up with music on and stuff. But after editing the first part of the video, it was already 26 minutes long, and I really didn't think this video needed 10 minutes of sped up decoration. So I'm sorry if you wanted to see that, but I think, yeah, I can just show you how I've decorated it instead. So as you've already seen the outside, so don't need to show you that. And here is how I've decorated the books, so to speak. So as I said, I was using the Pick and Mix pad. I also used this pad here, which is by Deco Time. I don't know, it's just this lots of pretty glittered and sort of foiled embossed sheets there, but I thought they went quite well with the Pick and Mix stuff as well. This was from the range, just in case anyone was wondering, and was about £2 or £3, so really good value. Not gonna lie, I'm really quite proud of how I've decorated this one. So yeah, quite simple. You can just see I put hello there. I didn't have any exact ephemera packs or anything that matched Pick and Mix, so what I did was just go through a lot of my ephemera and put bits aside that I thought matched, quite frankly, that sort of matched at least. So you see what I've done there. I've used a lot of offcuts from the Pick and Mix when I made the books and stuff to do things. A lot of used craft punches to make these little stars and things. Inside it looks like this. So in here I've got For the Record, Great friends make the world a brighter place, because this is going to a good friend of mine. There's the mail tag there. I won't show you the questions themselves, but they're all under there. And then under here is some journal cards as well. And this is just stuck down with double-sided tape, but also it's folded around the back to be more sturdy. That doesn't sound like correct English, but it'll do. And then quite simply decorated on the back. I didn't want to cover up the back of the like the brad there, because I wanted it to be able to turn nice and easy. Usually I cover them up with washi, but as I said, I wanted it to be able to turn nice and easy. This next one is the one that has the envelopes in, so I've just decorated the front here and written stickers. Yes, I know I spelled stickers wrong. I did it on purpose. And yeah, just various bits and bobs on there. And then in here are, oh, that washi's come off. There's some stickers in there for her, some that I've designed myself. I might show you those just for funsies. Some little rabbit stickers and some heart stickers that I've done on my silhouette. The recipient likes rabbits, hence why rabbits, as well as some other bits in there. This one has bits of ephemera in and some more stickers, I think, if I remember rightly. The back is decorated quite simply with just some washi and some bits and bobs. That was a journal card, says hey there. This book, as I said, I wasn't over keen on the pattern here, so I have covered it up a lot. Again, random bits of ephemera, some punch outs with craft punches I've used, and then bits that I've just found that sort of matched, quite frankly, because I didn't have directly matching things. and some enamel dots down there. Inside looks like this, some more punch outs. This was from a Brimbles box last year that I never got around to using and I thought matched kind of okay. And we've got a little mustache down here. Another envelope I made on my punch board. This has got some more journal cards in and another little mustache as well there. The back of this notebook, not really a notebook, insert, says tag answers, and I've used this to match the theme, but because the last flip book she sent me was in Christmas, the mail tag questions for Christmas theme, so when you open it up, you actually get Christmas paper, which I know doesn't match at all, which is why I put this over it to cover it, but I thought it'd be funny to put it on Christmas paper. I think I've written it, you know, yay, it's Christmas in February or something. Equally not that funny, but anyway, that's why I've covered it up with that, so it sort of at least matches a little bit before you go to this completely unmatching Christmas paper. And lastly is the notebook, which obviously you have already seen, and I just added some stickers that say Zoe and a silver heart as well. At the back here, I have just clipped on some extra bits and pieces for her. There's some stickers and stuff and a dashboard I've made and things like that. But I'm not going to show you because, you know, there's my letter is in there and everything as well. So, yeah. But that's what I've done there. That's just all of those clipped in. So there we go, that is my Traveller's Notebook flip book. I hope you liked this video. Hope maybe you can give it a go yourself if you liked the idea. I would bring in the other one, the rose one, to show you, but it's actually just been sent off to its recipient, so I can't show you that because I needed to send it like 5 days ago really, so I only just got around to sending it yesterday. So yes, this video has been filmed over the course of a couple of days. But yeah, there you go. As I said, I hope you enjoyed. My next flipbook is going to be one that incorporates a lot of envelopes, so I will be using my punch board again. If you would like me to include using the punch board in the video rather than just sort of making them off screen, so to speak, then please let me know. I kind of thought if people didn't have the punch board, they probably wouldn't want to see it used, but I don't know what people want. Who knows? So let me know if you do want me to do the envelope punching on screen next time. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, keep an eye out for that one. And for now, I'm going to go and pack this up to send it off. So yeah, thanks again for watching and see you soon. Bye!